Alrighty. 2022 MLB predictions. We did this a couple of months ago at the start of the lockout. A lot has changed. A lot has changed.
Yes.
And a lot of these predictions have changed as well, at least on my accord. So you want to do the same kind of format we did last time where we go through the NL, then go through the AL and talk about the playoffs at the end?
Yeah.
Everybody
And then
good with
like
that?
start from 5.
Ooh,
Yeah.
5-1? Yeah,
now that we actually know the playoff format too, we can.
indeed.
Yeah.
It's 7, right? So, or is it 6?
Yeah.
It's 6 teams, right?
Mhm.
6 teams per conference. Cool. Yeah, because I remember last time we had that argument about like a specific team making it versus not making it. But yeah, we don't have to worry about that now. All right, so we will start. Where do you guys want to start? East, Central, West?
West, so like the East.
All right, NL West. We'll start with the NL West.
Hold on. You don't like the division your own team plays in?
No, like ranking the East. Because I'm torn.
Starting off hot. Oh Christ! I don't like the NL East. All right. NL West. Who wants to go first? Who's got their? All right, Boach, you got it. Since you don't like the East, you're
Wait,
gonna take the
NL?
West. NL West.
NL
Yeah.
West. Last place. Let's just say
There's one answer.
the Diamondbacks.
There you go.
I was debating it because I don't know if the Rockies were that much better.
That's what I said last time, but then the Rockies got better and the Diamondbacks didn't do anything.
But like, okay, they got Randall Grichuk. Okay.
Chris Bryant.
Yeah,
And Chris Bryant.
former MVP they signed.
Okay.
They were already better than the Diamondbacks.
I'd say they were even.
But Diamondbacks are also probably going to trade Ketel Marte.
That is true.
And the Diamondbacks also really don't have much pitching outside of Zach Gallen. I mean,
well, Madison Madabum. Because
this
he's a Mad
This
Bum.
isn't 2018 Mad Bum or 2016 Mad Bum. This is
okay.
Bad.
Yeah, I'd still say the Diamondbacks are last.
Yeah,
that's probably the easiest.
Before we leave Arizona, #1 seed, baby. Come back for that.
Ben Simmons, I'll donate my back to you. I don't know if you'll like it, but it is open.
I actually have a lower back strain right now. I can't donate my back to him.
Okay, 4. I'm gonna go Rockies. Still don't compete with the top 3 teams in out west. 2. Okay, this is tough because I do think the Giants are due for regression, but at the same time, Tatis missing like 3 months of the year will hurt them, the Padres. But I think
2 months, but yeah,
2 depends.
Well,
I still think
it was 3 months from surgery, which is almost the start of March.
It happens. You saw the video today? He was driving, like he was speeding in the car with the cast on. He just sticks his head out the window while driving.
He's not in a motorcycle. He did not break his promise. He didn't say he was going to drive safe. He said he's going to stop riding motorcycles.
That is true. So I'm going to put the Giants 3rd, Padres 2nd, and then Dodgers.
Yeah. All right. I can go now. We can kind of talk about all this afterward. At 5, I got the Diamondbacks. I have them in a tier of their own at the bottom. I think they're going to move Ketel Marte. I don't really believe in Merrill Kelly as a top 3 starter on the team. And I just a lot of stuff going on there that needs some time and needs some development. Christian Robinson, guys like that are going to be, Colton Cowser. Is it Colton Cowser? Yeah, Colton Cowser, Alec Thomas, guys like that are definitely going to play a part in the future, but I don't think they're anywhere near anyone right now. 4, I still have the Rockies, but I think they're closer to the Giants than they are to the Diamondbacks. I really like Chris Bryant. I actually really like Randall Grichuk there. And I like they got someone that's never hit the ball in the air off the team. I'm pretty sure Raimel Tapia had more ground balls than Eric Hosmer, which is something. But I still think their pitching and just the park in general and the management are not in the space to win games. So I have them 4. I have the Giants at 3 as well. Logan Webb, I think, is going to be really good this year. I like Rodon this year if he can stay healthy. And I think that the Giants have enough innings outside of him to keep him healthy. They don't need him to go 7 innings a game or 6 innings a game even. And then, but I don't love losing Chris Bryant, losing Buster Posey. I think that they're due for a little bit of a regression on what was a surprise year. And I also think that Gosman's a little bit better than Rodon. I don't know. I don't really know about that, but
I'd say they're even.
yeah, but I'd also think Gosman overperformed last year. So I think Rodon's not going to be as good as he was.
Yeah,
last
but
year,
there you gotta. I would say injuries with Rodon versus Gosman's fallback. I'd say they're about
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. 2, I got the Dodgers. They went out and signed Freddie Freeman, which moved them down in my rankings. No, it's because they got the second best first baseman in the division behind Luke Voigt, the Yankees legend. No, I don't know. I believe in the Padres again. Mackenzie Gore can actually pitch without issuing 12 walks before an out, which makes me excited for the
Sticky
year.
stuff. Pine tar merchant. Mackenzie Gore.
Mackenzie Gore is absolutely not a pine tar merchant. Mackenzie Gore's whole issue is that he kicks his leg like 98 degrees above his head. But yeah, I like the Padres a lot. I think even without Tatis for 2 months, I think they start fast, which they usually do. And I think that him coming back provides that spark and they don't kind of fall into that midseason rut. They got Schmidt from the Cardinals. They got Ruben Niebla to work with the pitchers, and they got Bob Melvin to manage. And I think those are all like fantastic moves for this team. So yeah, I got them at 1 in a very close race with the Dodgers. Mr. Kelly?
All right, I'll spice it up a little bit and not. I'll go with Diamondbacks at 5 because they're not good.
Yeah.
There's the whole thing of like the even year Giants 2010, 2012, 2014 won the World Series every year, but the odd years in between they didn't even make the playoffs. So now we're going to do the odd year Giants. They made it last year in 2021. 2022 they're not going to make the playoffs, and I expect a lot of regression, especially since they let Chris Bryant walk. Can't forgive him for that. So I'll put the Giants at 4th.
This is a Chris Bryant stand, folks. He's wearing a Giants shirt, but it's only because Chris Bryant's on the back.
The Chris Bryant shirt.
It's true.
And then I've got the Rockies at 3rd. Chris Bryant hits 50 home runs this year. Powers the team to the
Chris Bryant hits 50 home runs when Andrew Vaughn hits 260.
So this year.
Oh, Coach, no. He hit 235.
So
Yo, this year when he plays every
Chris
position,
Bryant's
known
gonna
to
hit
man.
50 home runs just in the month of July.
It's true.
All right, anywho, then 1 and 2. I initially had the Padres winning the division before the Tatis injury, but now I think with the Tatis injury, I think the Giants get off to a hot start and they don't give up the division. They get off to maybe a 6-7 game lead, and I don't
You mean
think
the Dodgers?
the Dodgers got to like a 6-7 game lead over the Padres over the first couple of months, and just too much ground to make up.
I think that's fair. I think that. Sorry. I think that that's definitely a possibility.
Especially since the Dodgers, with the way they reworked the schedule, the Dodgers last 6 games of
He froze. My man froze. He hasn't
I
moved
thought
in
I
40
froze.
minutes.
I ain't
Nah.
moved.
I'll kind of pick up where he left off though. Like he's going to say something about the schedule that's interesting in a couple of minutes whenever he loads back in. On my end, I could definitely see the Dodgers kind of eclipsing them. But I love prospects. I like young guys. Mackenzie Gore looks good. He looks good. I don't care if it's pine tar. It's also I don't know, but also I don't know where you're getting this from.
There was a video on Twitter and it was like Mackenzie Gore pine tar merchant ? And it was him just like adjusting his belt after every pitch.
I don't think he has pine tar in his belt. I just think he's
he gone. He
uncomfortable.
gone.
My man froze.
He hasn't moved in 3 days.
40 minutes. But yeah, I guess we'll continue talking like this. I like McGore. Abrams has been playing well, so yeah. I mean, I think they got a shot. You were saying about the schedule?
Oh, I'm back. Yeah, I just my wife turned off real quick. The Dodge with the way they reworked the week of canceled games. The Dodgers' last 6 games are all against the Colorado Rockies. And so I think it'll be very hard for San Diego to gain ground if they're like 3 games out going into that last week of the season.
You're forgetting the Chris Bryant MVP push at the end of the season.
Well, no, he'll already have it locked up by August. So like,
Smooth sailing. He'll take those days off.
I actually don't have Chris Bryant winning MVP. If I can interject here, I have someone else. We'll get to them later.
shocking.
I know, it's surprising. All right, so we're kind of in agreement in terms of Diamondbacks last, Giants, Rockies in that second tier, and Padres, Dodgers in that first tier of the division.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the Padres and the Dodgers feel more like locks for the playoffs. I mean, there's never a lock for the playoffs, but that's.
Is that you?
That's outside, I think. Yeah.
You should say like, "What's up?" to them outside.
I mean, no, it's 1 o'clock and they're all going to the bar.
Perfect time.
I'll continue my podcast. Anyways, so yeah, NL Central time. Everybody go with that. I have a feeling we're going to disagree yet again at the top of this list. So would anybody else like to go first?
I still got the Pirates last. I think they've got some nice pieces to maybe eventually build around, but I don't think this year is the year they can. I think they'll still be like bottom 3 teams in the league. Reds 4th, they're selling guys. They're just cutting salary.
And they're lying about not selling Luis Castillo to the Yankees.
Facts. I like the moves the Cubs made this offseason, but I don't think it's enough to keep up with the Brewers and Cardinals. And then I'll have Brewers. Oh, this is tough because the Brewers made moves I like this offseason.
Got him.
No, I'll stick with Brewers too. Cardinals 1, but they both make the playoffs.
Yeah. Boat, you want to go or should I? He's muted. So
I thought I had the space bar where you could actually work and talk because I was looking up something. You should go because I'm still doing some research.
Okay. I also have the Pirates at 5. I really like O'Neal Cruz. I don't like that Boach likes him, so I'm like not going to root for him. But I do like big guys, like guys that like feel like way bigger than they should be, like playing positions. Like I would really, if I had Jokic, I would run him at the point. Like I just like big guys in odd situations because I always like to be the ball handler and stuff when I'm playing with guys that are smaller than me anyway. But O'Neal Cruz, I also have the Reds at 4. I think they sold a lot of guys and they're just not very good. They still got okay pitching depth. I mean, not great, but okay, enough to be better than the Pirates. I'm in that same boat. I got the Cubs at 3. I like Stroman. I like Seiya Suzuki. I think that they have, some solid moves and some solid guys that could definitely make an impact for them this year. And I mean, I doubt it, but I guess you could say like best case scenario, they're in the wild card race. Good season from Hendricks. A couple guys perform well. Ian Happ performs well. You never know. I have the Cardinals at 2. I think that these two are a clear step above the Cubs. I'm a big believer in the Brewers. I really like the Hunter Renfroe move. I also like the Andrew McCutchen move. And I think that their pitching is just like leaps and bounds better than almost. I don't think they're leaps and bounds better than the Cardinals pitching wise, but like the other rest of the division. I mean, Burns, Woodruff, could, top 3 to 5, 1-2 punches in the league. I think Freddie Peralta's for real. I think Adrian Hauser is going to have another good year. I think Aaron Ashby gets to start, and I think he steps up big time. So I got them number 1 by maybe like 3 to 5 games. Still pretty close, but definitely both of those guys make the playoffs. Wait,
so you're telling me that you like Burns, Woodruff, and Peralta over Kyle Hendricks, Marcus Stroman, and Wade Miley?
As much as tempting as the other group sounds,
Wade Miley was
Wade
good
Miley's not
year.
good. No. He's not good.
He was top 5. Wasn't he top 10 in WAR for pitchers last year?
So then why didn't you trade for him the entire first half of last year when you got offered him every fucking day?
Because he was some booty cheeks. But then he got elite.
Wasn't he better at the start of the year?
No. Yeah. The no-hitter came early, and then he was just good from there on out.
Though, I have the same top bottom three that you guys had. Pirates last, though Mitch Keller will be improved this season. He upped his velo. He did get drilled in the back of the leg 2 spring training games ago, I think. So hopefully he stays healthy. But I like him. Michael Chavis is a funny dude. I was watching their game today for
Is
O'Neal
mic'd up
Cruz.
at first base, talking about
He was
that
mic'd
tree.
up. It was great. It was some great content. He was talking about how he built a swing in some random park in Pittsburgh, and you gotta find it now. And on top of that, you got called Bryce Harper. So he's a fun guy. Hopefully he has a bounce back, I guess, career you could say, because he's kind of disappointed with the Red Sox.
Now he's more of like he's like a proven like 350 guy.
He's a proven culture guy, you know. Nah, but Pirates 5th, of course. Reds 4. I do think they keep Castillo because he's injured now, and I think people are driving their prices down, and I don't think they'll sell him below. So I think they keep him in Mali, same thing.
You think they keep Castillo through the trade deadline?
That's the trade deadline. I think
that's-
when they make the move.
I think
Because
I think that's realistically when he gets moved and they tank after that.
Because they have people are going to be desperate during the trade deadline. Maybe the Yankees are fighting for the 1 seed, the 2 seed, or the wild card, and they need to make a move. Maybe an NL team is competing. Like you said, maybe the Cubs. There's always options. Teams will get desperate. The Reds are probably going to hold him, so they'll be 4. So then the Cubs at 3. I don't know what's going on with their ownership. They got called out by England today, but on the field they should be average. Bunch of young guys, hopefully developing for them. And then the top 2, I'm gonna put Cardinals at 2 just because Jack Flaherty is like perpetually injured every single season. I don't think he's ever had a real season where he's stayed healthy. And except for that one season where he had the second half where he was like a 1 point something ERA.
That was 3 years ago. So 2 years ago he was injured for a good stretch, and then last year he was injured for a good stretch. So yeah.
So that'll bring them down.
So some would argue that since he had 1 good year, he's a proven Cy Young winner.
He's
I
also
would say
proven to
so.
live in the hospital.
And Andrew Vaughn's proven to hit 235, and yet we still talk about him for some reason. Like
That is true because he's a stud. And then the Brewers are 1 based off of those injuries. Cardinals.
The only thing I would say with that, Boach, is you think the Reds would actually trade Castillo to the Cubs?
Nah.
Because that was
I
the
know.
only thing I disagreed with in your entire take. Like,
I just said maybe. Like I was just
Fair.
trying to give a team that was
I
trying
mean,
to
I
fight
guess
for the wild
I
card.
guess you never know, but I doubt that like they would trade in division. Yeah. Also with the Pirates, I don't know. I don't remember exactly who I said. I know I said O'Neal Cruz, but I also want to just throw out Roansy Contreras, Quinn Priester, 2 phenomenal pitching prospects. They're gonna play a couple of years on the Pirates, get moved, and then be Cy Young type guys. Just the natural culture of being a Pirates pitcher. All right, NL East, which is least favorite division. Oh, go ahead.
You guys both have Brewers winning, I have Cardinals winning. I just want to throw out that I think it's going to be a very close race. I could see either team winning, but it's interesting to see what the Cardinals got rid of whatever their manager's name was, Mike Schultz. They got they got a rookie manager in, so I'm interested to see how that plays out down the stretch of like when he's actually managing meaningful games.
And that is true. That's a good point.
So that you could tag off some losses there.
Yeah, Schultz is the third base coach for the Padres right now.
Yeah, they got Oliver Marmol, youngest manager in the league and never managed before. I don't like when teams do that. Like I get like bringing in a new manager, but don't bring someone in with no experience to manage a playoff ready team.
Luis Rojas.
I like it.
And
Sean McVay.
Who said that?
Aaron Boone.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think there's risk to it. But I like the idea of getting younger in the managerial pool.
Oh yeah,
I think a lot of the issues we have with, I mean, like if you want a prime example of that basketball wise with Tom Thibodeau, he is literally anti-development. Like he wants his players not to develop. So yeah, I think new blood needs to come around in a lot of places. So I don't dislike it at all.
Yeah, I either see it going as it's a boost to the Cardinals, or you see it as like some of those rookie mistakes from a manager down the stretch towards the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely a good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, so we ready to move on to Boach's least favorite division?
Yes.
Yeah.
Least division
The
to
NL
rank.
East. The NL East. No, that's not what you said. You said I don't like the East. That was your words.
It's
And
being
you can,
recorded.
and you can go first. It is being recorded. You can go
Okay.
first.
Fifth, Nationals. Their pitching is some hot booty cheeks. Josiah Gray is getting smacked up right now, which is not good for my stocks.
I'll
But on
take him.
top of that, now I'll keep him just because he might become something.
I'll take
And
him.
then, and then 4, I have the Marlins. I do like some of their moves. I like their pitching, but they missed out on a big bat. I think they could have made a good push for Castellanos, but Derek Jeter was like, "You're not supporting me. I'm outie." They're broke. They're losing. The value went down 200 million. Down bad.
Well, I wouldn't say
3,
they're
they're losing money.
No,
The
they're not. They're
value
not.
is
They're
there.
not broke. They're not
not
losing
broke.
money either. They just had a lower evaluation if you were to sell the team, and a lot of that's due to like the stadium. I feel like, and like the way that I don't know. I feel like it's always empty there. Like they don't have any kind of work with Miami group.
It's because it's baseball. If it was like, I don't know, I feel like baseball in Miami doesn't really gel. Basketball, football, it does, but I don't think baseball does.
Let me throw this one at you. It's not basketball in Miami. It's losing in Miami.
It's true. Not
Yeah.
winning in Miami is not easy to do. And that's the same thing with every major city. I mean, the Jets and the Giants are fucking laughing stocks of the city right now.
Bro, they get mad people to go to the games though. It's just that like
Yeah, but like a majority of them are there for the other team.
that is true.
And also like the stadium kind of shit, MetLife.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's and it costs so much money.
It's literally a giant air conditioning system.
The
Same as
price as
AT&T.
the stadium.
All right, whatever. Yeah. So
I'm gonna
you
wait to
got
get my top 3 because I'm not sure yet.
okay. You want? Oh, okay, Pat. You want to
Yeah.
go?
Yeah, I got it. Mine's actually this
The
division
exact
for me
same?
is the same before all these moves. Nats 5, Marlins 4. Still got the Braves at 3. I think they're going to be missing Acuna only for the first couple of weeks, but then I still just think they're going to be on that like World Series high, and like they're not going to come out like. Well, even still, they made the playoffs last year, being like, well, like what was their record? Like didn't they only win like
88,
They had like
games?
80 something.
88 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not even like they were like superb last year, and I do like Matt Olson, but I think they like for this year they downgraded from Freddie Freeman to I think Freeman's better, but long run Olson's the better move, but like for like this year I think Freeman will be better, and I just think they don't I still think they'll be I still think I have them in the playoffs with a new format. But in terms of like competing in the division, I think they just get off to a slow start, and it's not going to be enough to catch up late in the season. And then I got the Phillies too. I like the bats that they brought in with Kyle Schwarber and Castellanos. Who cares about defense? They're just going to have to score a lot of runs. And then Mets 1 got Max Scherzer, Jacob DeGrom.
All right. So I do have a question. So let's say you have the Braves finishing 3rd, right? Which automatically means Mets and Phillies in the playoffs, we'll say. Because you were saying you still think the Braves have a shot. Who doesn't make it between the Brewers and the Padres for you?
Well, I could see the Braves missing out, but I think those Brewers, Padres,
Braves are on the same tier type of thing.
See, but I wouldn't even like. I think the Brewers are definitely better than the Braves. I think it's just a matter of like coming down. Like they'll just be in that race. Like they could end up being separated by like 3-4 games. Like I just think like toward the last month of the season they'll be like within striking distance.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I still think I'm still probably gonna have the Braves missing out from that group.
Word. All right, Boch, are you ready to do your top 3, or should I go?
I think we can do it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Phillies at 3. You mentioned Bryant Castellanos, not Bryant.
Schwarber.
Schwarber. I had my head locked in on Bryant to the Phillies entire offseason. It didn't happen.
No, we know. You actually had your mind locked into everybody to the Phillies this offseason.
They got some of them.
Corey, Michael
Chris
Conforto.
Bryant, Michael
Conforto is still out there.
Castellanos. They're not signing Michael Conforto. Where the hell would he play in that outfield?
Left bench.
Center field.
You want to put Michael Conforto in center field?
I don't know. It's a
Might as well
spot.
throw Nelson Cruz out there. Yeah.
Nelson Cruz and somewhere are gonna be the
He
Nationals.
got the bag.
I forgot that was got Nelson Cruz. I changed my mind. Nationals are winning the division.
We got him. All right, bud. So you got Phillies,
Phillies
at
at
3.
3. Their defense is extremely bad. Extremely. It's gonna cost them, especially they brought in Familia. Brad Hand. I don't know why they got Brad Hand. He's dog water.
Lefty legend.
Corey Knebel is their closer. I don't think that's great. That makes sense. Their defense and pitching is
Yeah.
not 100% yet. And then 2, I'm gonna go the Mets. I just think they're gonna disappoint. I've been scarred and brought in my entire life that they're gonna just underperform like usual.
Counter argument to your Phillies thing. They brought in Brad Hand because he's actually a good reliever.
He isn't though.
He led the league in saves 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago. Well,
Right,
actually,
he-
he got cut from a team that traded for him
Last year,
because
he
he was
still
that
had
bad.
a 3.9 ERA last year overall throughout the entire season.
Okay, so what's the second half?
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
He's a veteran lefty that used to close. I think he's a valuable asset for the team that was the worst bullpen in the MLB last year.
You can't get worse.
Well,
No,
probably
you
could.
can
could.
get worse. You can get worse. Let's not lie. But I don't think that's the move that makes it worse. But I do agree with Boch. He's definitely downgraded from where he was.
Yeah, he's not good.
So
And then
you got the
I'm gonna
Braves one.
Braves won. I just think their pitching will finally be healthy. You know, they were extremely hurt last year. They still put up numbers
It's true. Mike Soroka's winning the Cy Young in 3 months.
when he miraculously recovers.
I mean, he's going to be back in summer.
That's true, but Morton is fully healthy now because there's a leg, right? He's fully healthy.
Should be.
They have him and Ian Anderson. You know,
Morton
Freed.
Morton was also healthy the entire year last year. Like he broke his foot in the World Series.
I'm just saying. I'm just making sure
He's
he's
saying
healthy.
he's saying projecting.
Oh,
for this
gotcha.
year.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Anderson missed a lot of time.
Anderson
Last
missed.
season.
Huascar missed time.
Yeah,
Max Fried obviously still good. I mean,
he was injured a little bit last year. Yeah, so their pitching they stay healthy. They should be number 1. You get Acuna back. I'm still mad that they finessed Matt Olson out of
They also
contract.
got Kenley Jansen.
That is true,
Good bullpen.
but I do also think Mastic and Minter will take a step back from where they were in the playoffs. I don't know if that's sustainable, being how good they were.
I mean, no, but is their regular season last year sustainable? I think so.
The regular season, they were average in the regular season. They just had
But
The
that's
NL
what,
East was just terrible.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're the same in terms of like their bullpen, and you add in Kenley Jansen, and I honestly think Tyler Matzik will be a little bit better than he was last year, just on a pure confidence boost. From this, like the guy that got the yips and is like a straight up was like a starting caliber pitcher in the MLB before that. So I definitely think he can have a really good year in the bullpen. Yeah.
Well, I have them
Alright.
winning because
No, I know. I'm just
they're
saying.
getting Acuna back too. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're adding.
You
an
ready?
MVP candidate.
You ready? Number 5, the Washington Nationals. I know it's surprising. Pat once asked, who cares about defense? I do. That's why the Phillies are number 4 still. They're number 4 before this. They signed a bunch of hitting, and that hitting also can't field. I don't know, what was it? What was it, like a negative 69 DRS combined, like all the starters?
And the ORS, I think, was like negative 117.
It's just
Offensive.
off, like one of the worst defensive lineups I've ever seen. And right now, I still think they're slotting Didi in at shortstop.
Yeah.
Didi probably can hit still. I don't think he can.
He has that-
He can't even walk on the field. At this
He has
point.
like the medication thing, right? Where he's just drowsy the entire time.
I haven't heard of that. I just know he can't.
No,
field.
like last season, he had like pain or something, so he takes pills, and the pills make him drowsy.
Opiates.
I don't think
Guys doing the heroin lead at short.
the Angels. Look at him up.
All right, number 3, I got the Marlins. I'm still a firm believer in their pitching. And I think they're gonna hit enough. I really do. Number
Joey
2,
Wendell.
this is really hard because I wanted to put the Braves here, but I'm gonna put the Mets on the fact that I don't think they can stay healthy. I think a healthy Mets is the best team in the division, but I don't think the Mets can stay healthy because they haven't ever. And I don't know if DeGrom's elbow is good. Like they're saying it's good, and I'm sure like it's fine. But like another thing with the guy that throws as hard as he does, and throws a slider and all that stuff, like it's always scary. And the reason didn't put the Braves at 2, even though I wanted to, is because they do have the NL MVP, Matt Olson. When he hits 285 with 52 homers, leaving the gross athletics park with the 98 trillion feet of foul territory and way too big of walls. I think he will show up in Atlanta big time. It's not the Bronx, but it's got a little short porch type action. So give me Matt Olson with a huge year.
See it.
All right,
Kind
you
of.
guys convinced me. Braves are now 2-9. Phillies dropped down to 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
I could.
defense?
I mean, I could 100% see the Phillies just hitting everybody, like hitting enough and pitching well enough. I just think like if Nola has the same season he did, then I don't think they're getting like top 3 in the division for me. At best 3rd, because Nola wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
I had the Phillies too, and then Boch was naming off the Braves rotation. And I was like, oh shoot, the Phillies are rolling out Zach Eflin and Kyle Gibson. Maybe they're not going to
Ranger
finish.
Suarez.
Ranger Suarez has to get in the country before he can be in the rotation.
No, he's in the country now. He's good.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right,
Just
I'm
gave-
to hedge my losses here. I'm just going to pick Braves and Phillies tied for second.
Okay. All right.
Who wins the tiebreaker?
Ooh, Atlanta wins the tiebreaker 10-9 in division games.
Elite. Alrighty. Ready for the AL movements?
Yes.
Yep.
AL West. Or do we want to start with the AL East? What are we thinking?
I don't like the East. Let's go West.
Okay. I will start in the West. At number 1, I have the Athletics. Sorry. At number 5, I have the Athletics. They
Sleeping.
traded everybody away. Ramon Laureano suspended, and even when he comes back there, they might be the worst team in baseball after they trade Manea and or Montas.
Who do they have? Like I'm just Elvis Andrus, Pache, Scotty,
Tony Kemp.
Sean Murphy, Tony Kemp, Jed Lowry. That's about it.
Josh Harrison.
Pretty bad. No, he's in the White Sox.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
They had him last year at least.
They got Jed Lowry today. I feel like Boch just said him, but I wasn't listening. So
He did just say Jed Lowry.
mm-hmm.
That's so bad.
Their purpose of tanking. I mean, what to be expected with a Moneyball type of team.
$0 spent. Oh no, except for
$0.
Jed Lowry. Whatever Jed Lowry costs.
It's
That's
true.
the latest
4, I still have the Rangers. I like them. They spent a lot of money. They got a new ballpark, but they still don't have a pitcher. Angels at 3. I like them. I don't love their pitching depth. I still think Reed Detmers hopefully is good, and that kind of provides them with a little bit of depth this year. But outside of Syndergaard, and I mean even Syndergaard, we still got a lot of question marks with in terms of his pitching after Tommy John. 2, I got the Astros. I like the Astros. I actually don't like the Astros. I don't know why I said that. I like Garcia. That's pretty much it. And I really like the Mariners. I'm sure it's been abundantly clear. And I got some reports today that there's an increasing chance J-Rod breaks camp, which J-Rod MVP if he breaks camp. I mean, we could talk about it.
MVP.
Yeah, MVP. That man's gonna hit 350 in the majors.
Okay. I don't know if 350 is accurate.
But him hitting 3, I think he'll be closer to 350 than Alejandro Kirk was to 280 last year. So if
So it's about 310 or above.
Yep.
This is where I sadly have to side with Alejandro Kirk.
Yes.
Listen, sleep.
You
That
sleep on
man-
Alejandro Kirk.
I don't sleep on Alejandro Kirk. I got Gabriel Moreno. I know who's the real catcher there.
Yeah, Danny Jones.
Watch out. Sleep on J-Rod. Go ahead. I also like the Winker move. I think it provides some outfield depth for them. I like the Eugenio Suarez. It provides some pops and power from the third base side. I feel like he's, in terms of like power wise, he's not that far off from Kyle Seager.
He has more power than Seager. He just
That's
doesn't
what
make
I'm saying.
contact.
That's something like neither did Seager. Seager at like 235.
He hit 198.
Who you Suarez?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be better than he was last year. So yeah, I mean, I think they're fine. Adam Frazier at second. Which did we get an explanation for that projection?
No.
Adam Frazier's projected like to basically like act like he's played in like 60 games all year. Like we were looking at, like his projection is like tiny.
It's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ESPN's fantasy projection.
I don't know if it changed, but that's what it was, like tiny. But Ty France at first, JP Crawford at short, Suarez. I mean, I like the team. And I think that they got a lot of pitching depth in the minors that could come up and provide some help to an already pretty decent rotation. The loss of Yusei Kikuchi hurts, but I still got the Mariners
funny.
one.
Oh yeah, they're projecting him to have 226 at bats.
That's what I'm saying. Does that make any sense?
That's weird. His
I feel
role
like-
will likely be scaled back. That's just like a
To
lie.
who? Evan White?
JP Crawl, and no, not even
Well,
that.
JP Crawford's at short.
I know that's
It's like maybe Evan White or Dylan Moore play. Evan White plays first and Ty France plays second, or Dylan Moore plays second and Ty France plays first.
yeah. He'll be playing. And
Yeah, I just don't see where he doesn't play.
there's the DH spot too. So like,
Jesse Winker's in a DH, or
Yeah.
Mitch Haniger would be my guess.
Or
Tyler
Suarez.
Or Suarez. I mean, they don't really have another third baseman. So those are mine. Pat or Boat, you want to take over?
okay, Pat, you go.
I got the A's at 5. I sadly have to put the Rangers at 4. I had them at 3 before the lockout, but now, or I think that was maybe during the lockout. Astros 3 now, Mariners up to 2. I really like the Jesse Winker and Eugenio Suarez move. That filled a lot along. Well, Robbie Wright filled a obvious hole in starting pitching, and then Suarez and Winker, I just feel like rounded out that team very nicely in a weak division. So I think they finished second, and they could probably win this division. And I'm very high on the Angels because I'm on the get Mike Trout to the playoffs bandwagon, and I like that they have him some pitching. Hopefully, it's enough to like stay competitive. So I've got the Angels winning the division.
Ryan
And so,
Botro. You got more? Sorry.
oh no, I think Angels 1, Mariners 2, Astros, Rangers, A's. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, the easy ones. A's 5, Rangers 4. So John Gray breakout season. 3. Angels. I just think saying I'm gonna give the most money ever to relievers and not upgrade starters was a bad move. Because relievers
They did
are
upgrade starters.
one starter.
Noah Syndergaard. Yeah, I would say that's an upgrade.
That's one. But he's also injury prone. But you can't really gamble all your money on Loop, Tapera. They got another reliever. Was it the guy with the beard, Archie Bradley?
You got Michael Lorenzen.
Lorenzen too. Like, I wouldn't put all my eggs in the basket on pitchers.
Detmers.
That's Detmers, but he's also really young. So I don't think their
Probably
pitching
3.
will be great. So I think they'll be 3. And 2 and 1 are gonna be really close this season, just because I think McCullers' injury is much worse than people are thinking it is. He's probably he has a partial tear, I think, with the UCL, and I don't think he wants to have Tommy John. So I think the Astros will get second, just because Verlander just coming back will not be enough to carry their pitching. No more Correa. Bregman's been hurt recently, so I think they'll be 2. And then number 1, the Mariners. I like Suarez. I like Winker. Hopefully their pitching develops. You got Robbie Ray. Gilbert had a great second half. You have Flexen, who somehow can be good. They have just good potential, and I hope they actually seize the opportunity with the injuries.
What did you say about Lance McCullers?
He has a flexor tendon strain, and he got it in the playoffs last year. I think it's much worse than that because he hasn't been throwing, and he's going to be out to begin the season.
Because I was gonna say I read thinking about Lance McCullers when it's like there is no UCL damage at all.
But I
then
think
you're
there is
He needs Tommy John. So did I
because
miss?
I heard this with David Robertson 3 years ago because I drafted him from the Phillies. They said, "Oh, it's just a flexor strain. He'll be out for like 2 weeks." And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, they go, "Oh, he's gonna have surgery, be out for the year." So
Gotcha.
I think they're trying to work through it.
Besides, it wasn't UCL related.
I think DeGrom had the same thing last year. It's just like it's a hit or miss with the heels or not. I think that's what he's waiting for.
Fair.
So Mariners 1, Astros 2, Angels 3, Rangers, A's.
Wait them. AL Central time. This was the land of hot takes last time, and one of them wasn't as
still
crazy
pretty
as
bad.
we thought.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, don't lie to yourself. That was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But they went out and spent a ton of money.
I knew what Minnesota was doing.
So at 5, I got the Tigers. I don't love Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson as much as other people do.
I like Torque.
I think it's primarily because no one will let me trade for them because they don't want me to get the top 5 prospects in all of baseball. But it's also just because I don't really like either of them. I mean, I like Riley Green a little bit, but I don't know. Mize looks to have increased strikeout numbers so far in spring training, which if that stands could be really good because I know the ground ball pitchers are going to take a little bit of a hit this year with the shift ban if it's implemented.
Next
year? Okay. So this year he might still be really, really good then. But I think that going for guys that are not completely ground ball dependent will be good. And I still think you can be you can have strikeout stuff and still rely on rather put the ball on the ground than in the air. And I think that Mize is trying to get into that sweet spot kind of where he strikes out. I mean, I don't expect him to put up 300 Ks in a season, you know what I mean? But if he can get to maybe 11 per 9 innings or 10 per 9, something like that, where it's 1 an inning type of action could be cool with a couple of games bigger, a couple of games smaller. I really like Scoopable this year. I think Scoopable's gonna have a really good year, but I don't know. I don't love them that high. 4, I got the Twins. I know they put out a lot of moves, but I don't know. Still, they don't have Bailey Ober. Is that it? Dylan Bundy.
Sonny Gray, Dylan
Joe
Bundy,
Ryan, Sonny
Joe Ober, Joe Ryan. They were trying to trade for
Manaea or Montas.
Yeah.
If they get Manaea or Montas, we can have a conversation, but no. The Royals, they got the Rookie of the Year, Bobby Witt. They also have the second place Rookie of the Year finisher, MJ Melendez. Unless J-Rod breaks camp or is up within the first month or two. I think the Royals are going to be good. I think they have such a good lineup, and they're going to have just enough pitching to do that. Although I don't think their pitching is very good. 2, I still got the White Sox. I think they're really good. We'll see if they stay healthy. I like them. Number 1, the Guardians. Tristan McKenzie, Cy Young type of action. In 2 or 3 years, I think he takes a big step forward this year. I really like the Guardians. I think they hit enough. If Amed Rosario can stay around 280, I think they'll be solid with Jose Ramirez out there. So yeah, anyone want to go?
I'll go. I do not agree with that at all.
Yeah, we know.
5, I have the Twins right now. 5, I have the Royals. The Royals are 5 for me. Pitching, not good. Greinke, drop off. Not much. And Bobby Witt can come up, be good, but overall, as a team, do I see them working together and winning a ton of games? Not really. I think Perez will take a little bit back step from what he did last year.
I could see the Royals winning 85 games before I see the Cubs doing it.
That's where I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the it factor players, like Whit
I mean-
Merrifield, borderline all-star, really good player. Perez, really great player, all-star. But other than that, you have not.
No, I mean
much.
they have inexperienced guys. That's definitely the thing. But I mean, Bobby Witt is a guy that he's gonna be good.
But
and
is
he's gonna
he
be good
good
fast.
enough to make them win 85 games?
Yeah, I think if you put him in the lineup, I mean, I think if you can get Whit Merrifield, if you can get, all right, this is the biggest thing. If you can get Adalberto Mondesi to stay relatively healthy, which is obviously a stretch because he never has, but I want you to think of this lineup. Adalberto Mondesi draws a walk or gets a single. Then he steals second, then he steals third. Whit Merrifield gets a single, drives him in, steals second. Then you have Bobby Witt, MJ Melendez, Salvador Perez, Carlos Santana, Nick Prado, anyone you want to play for the power spots to drive them all in. I think that the lineup works. I really like the idea of just the amount of stolen bases and the amount of power. And I really, really like the offense that they have. But I do agree with you. They need to get somebody to step up pitching wise. They don't have
I think
much.
it's just a void. It's just a void to me.
No arguments there. I just really, really, really like the offense.
And then I'll have the Tigers at 3.
So
Not 3, 4. No, Tigers
are
are 3.
4?
Tigers are 4, I meant to say.
Twins at 3.
Not enough hitting for me with the Tigers, Miggy, Baez, Badu. Torkelson is like basically mini Goldschmidt, a young potential Goldschmidt at 3rd. They're not doing it for me. Even next year.
Time out. Bobby Witt isn't good enough for the Royals to win games, but Spencer Torkelson is mini Paul Goldschmidt.
No, I'm just saying mini Paul Goldschmidt, his swing is just like Paul Goldschmidt. I'm not saying he's gonna have impact like Goldschmidt.
Bobby Witt's swing is like Mike Trout.
Yeah. So 2 MVP caliber players.
But Chris Bryant gets playing Colorado this year, so.
So does your mother.
Yeah, Tigers 4, Twins
No.
3. The Twins make another move.
Okay.
And then 2 Guardians. I just don't think their hitting is it. Their pitching was great. Their hitting, not so much.
And their pitching's gonna get better.
Yeah, but their hitting is not getting any better. Unless Andres Jimenez steps up.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
He's their
I
starting
definitely agree their hitting is rough, but I mean, I just think like trotting out that lineup of Bieber, Quantrill, Savale, McKenzie, Plesac.
Yeah.
That's a strong 5, especially if McKenzie takes a step. A lot of people think he's going to take and learns to kind of rein in that control.
But then hitting, it's Naylor. That's it, basically. It's Fremel, Reyes, Jose Ramirez, Rosario, Jimenez, Naylor, Zimmer.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot of hitting. I'm not going to argue with you
And
there.
right field? Who's their right fielder?
Pretty sure Josh Naylor's there, right?
Roberto Perez is their catcher. It's not good.
They don't have a lot, but they also
I think the
have
White
some,
Sox run out with the division.
They have some good prospects, so we could see a couple of them come up for a little bit to hit. See what they can.
I just think the White Sox run away with it. There's some
That's
like
fair.
beef going on with Giolito and the ownership, but other than that, I
I
think
mean, they got a
they're still good enough.
260 hitter and Andrew Vaughn. And
Yeah, they got Juan. They might get Conforto. There's actually reports that he might go there. It's by saying that.
who?
It's just on Twitter. A bunch of people saying
So if
The White
I
Sox are
tweet out
interested.
right now, like Conforto to the
no, from like
Brewers,
actual reporters though.
I just asked you who.
I don't know the names. I just goes on my feed and I scroll by.
But I have alerts on for Jeff, for Bob, for Ken, for Mark Feinson, for all of those guys. I didn't
No,
see
it's
a
one of the local
single
guys.
Michael Conforto report.
One of the
Kevin
local ones.
Kevin Acey told the Padres guys that they were 100% in on Nelson Cruz. And once they signed Nelson Cruz, they were signing Seiya Suzuki. And they were also going to go after Chris Bryant. And none of those things even came close to happening.
Yeah, but either way, I still think the White Sox run with the division.
Fair. I don't know if they stay healthy enough for me.
I don't even think they were massively injured last year. They still ran away with it, and they signed good depth pieces this year.
Pat?
Gosh, it's my turn.
Yep. Don't do it to me.
Tigers are going to be 5.
Good choice.
Jeez. Last time we did this, I had the Guardians winning the division. Now I have them 4th.
I like their pitching too much, man. I don't care if they don't score a run. They're throwing a no-hitter every game. Tie them all.
See, but they can throw a no-hitter every game and still lose with a runner starting on second every game now as soon as they hit the 10th.
It's true.
So
could also win.
Tigers,
J Ram with a runner on second.
Guardian.
Tigers at 5, Guardians at 4.
This is so tough. I now have the White Sox winning this division. I'll go Royals at 3, Twins at 2, and White Sox 1. And the fact that I have the Guardians 4 now is not because I think they're bad. It's just I think this is going to be sneakily one of the best divisions in baseball. And I think it'll be like very competitive all year.
Yeah.
And so I got the Twins edging out the Royals of the long run, but I really like the Royals. They've got the young hitters, and I like the Zach Greinke move because he's not going to be like the Zach Greinke that won the Cy Young, but I think he's going to really help develop some of the young pitchers like Daniel Lynn, Joss Lacey, Brady Singer, the other one, Chris Bubik. Like I think he's going to like just in him being there is going to help them improve like that and just improve their rotation.
Will he talk to them?
What?
Will he talk to them?
He doesn't need to.
Just see how you guys saw the thing where at a camp where he was like, some guy asked Zach Greinke to sign a baseball for him, but only if he took a picture of the guy and posted on Twitter. You know, it's a guy just wearing like
The
it was
weed,
like
the
it was like a
ramen
weed.
flavor.
It was a ramen weed outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I also saw the thing at camp where he was sitting in on Brady Singer throwing a bullpen session and giving him notes.
It's true.
Oh, snap.
Plus, you got Amir Garrett in the pen now. The legend.
I really
beef?
like this division. Yeah, bias beef, same. I really like this division. I think it's gonna be sneakily one of the better divisions. Not like top heavy teams, but just like well-rounded divisions throughout the league. And so like 2 through 4 are toss up for me. And I think the White Sox. I'm with Boach now. The White Sox kind of pull away with it now.
Okay. All right.
This is the juicy
AL
one now.
East.
AL East. That's where it gets good.
Would anyone like to start?
I think we all can say 5 though. 5 is a
Red
Boston.
Sox.
Woo! Nah. But everybody
wanna
has
go
the
then,
Orioles
Boach?
left. Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna say Orioles 5th because come on. Like poverty. They're basically poverty.
Weren't you the one they were going to sign Correa to a $300 million contract last week?
He was.
Oh yeah, they I think they were in talks. They were in talks.
Pete Carroll's in talks with every free agent. Hey, Pete, what is the likelihood we sign Patrick Mahomes this year? We reached out.
Yeah, it's due diligence.
We touched base.
No, but they're 5.
Washington Commander type vibes.
Let me get
we let
Patrick
them know.
Mahomes. No,
We called about Patrick
Ainsley.
Mahomes. They said no. So then we said, okay, next best option, Carson Wentz.
No, before. Do I want to put
Say it.
Yankees? It hurts. I was
Why does it
debating.
hurt you? You're not a Yankees fan.
No, it's just like this division hurts. It like hurts just like choose because
Oh,
one week I feel like the Rays are going to be 4th, and then the other week I think the Yankees are.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Rays aren't gonna be 4th.
That's why I didn't put them there. I'm feeling that they're not going to be 4th this year. But Yankees, I don't think their pitching depth is good enough right now, at least. if they somehow sign someone or trade for someone, that might change.
And
But they're four.
Leaping on Nestor Cortez Jr. winning the Cy Young.
Yes, I
Nestor's
am.
winning. They do have August reigning pitcher of the month, Jameson Taillon.
If you asked me not to move, or if you're trying to move me on the Nestor Cortez Cy Young train, it'd be the picture. My man froze. He hasn't moved in 40 minutes. Except mine would be in 3 years, because Nestor Cortez Jr. will not ever come close to Cy Young.
I disagree.
Low-key.
I think he will be
He's probably-
close. I think he'll be close in proximity, as in like he might end up in the same room as the Cy Young in the future.
But no, but hear me out. They ban him from all rooms in which the Cy Young is displayed. And like if Cy Young himself were able to go to a game, they would have to send him to like a different team for the day.
Low-key, Nestor Cortez might be like the second best starting pitcher on the team.
Why are you lying? Why lie unprovoked?
Because we haven't seen Severino fully healthy in 2 years.
3 years.
Montgomery is inconsistent. Taillon is injured all the time, and even when he was great, he
Give
had like
me Talion and Severino over Nestor Cortez. Easily.
Cortez.
I'd
I'm
even
gonna say
even take Montgomery over Nestor Cortez.
Nestor Cortez, I think, is best. I think Nestor Cortez would be really, really good if he was on the Rays.
he will launch him
Right?
in free agency for the Rays. He would
If
literally
he
just
was,
be like,
if he was, I know this
he's a
is
good Ryan
stupid to
Yarbrough.
say, but like a good Ryan Yarbrough, like a Drew Rasmussen type of guy, 4 innings or so to start a game. Josh Fleming type of action, a lefty. That's definitely in the Rays ball. In the Rays. Both
Okay.
continue. Who's 3?
Red Sox pitching.
I still cannot believe they're not putting Trevor Story at shortstop.
Why not? Why do you mean? Keep his arm healthy.
His arm doesn't need to be healthy. Xander Bogaerts can't field.
Yeah, but Trevor Story, I think playing short it's an injured a little bit more.
But he doesn't get injured.
No, but his elbow is cooked. It's like cooked right now.
No, it's really not.
He had the like was it like an elbow strain or something? It's bad, but they're still 3 because their pitching is still. Blech.
Trevor Story's played over 140 games every year except for his rookie year and the COVID year, or he played 59 of 60.
But his elbow is definitely injured. He has dealt with several elbow strains over the last few seasons, that's why a shift to second could help reduce the wear and tear on his arm.
I mean, yeah, but his shift anywhere can reduce the wear and tear on like if you pulled a catcher and put him at first base, it would reduce the wear and tear on his arm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm okay with him going to second.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put a good defensive catcher at first base just because you want.
Buster Posey went to first base.
Buster Posey was also heavily injured for a lot of years.
So if someone has a torn elbow, why not put him in second?
But he doesn't have a torn elbow. He had an elbow strain, and he's played 140
Which is a tear,
plus games.
small tear.
If he's
140 plus
healthy-
games. How many years?
If he's healthy, you play him at his position.
But he came in knowing he was going to put second. It's okay with it.
No, I know he might have known that when he signed the deal. I'm just saying, in my opinion, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing shortstop when he's like sick. If it was like a close thing where it's like, they're pretty they're pretty close to like defensively. Or even if you were saying like, well, Xander Bogaerts is a little bit worse, but like not enough that it's like a liability. Like, no. He is significantly worse than Trevor Story on the field. Like he's
True.
a great bat. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on the matter.
Yeah, but there's still 3 because,
Pitching.
yeah, Chris Sale, Houck, Paxton,
Evaldi.
Evaldi. I forgot about Evaldi. But even so, not there really. Bullpen is Matt Barnes,
Whitlock.
Whitlock, Hansel Robles.
Yeah, they don't have a ton.
They don't have a ton. 2, the Rays. Like I feel like we always say this, they somehow win games, despite having nothing really talent star wise.
Boz will start the year.
Boz, but I feel like they can win without Boz.
Yeah, no, I mean he'll be back too pretty soon. I mean, at least I hope so. They just removed a couple loose bodies from the elbow, and they said 2 weeks no pitching, and then he's going to come back and work up to a starter's workload. So, I mean, for the Rays, that means 4 2/3 innings, but
Yeah. And then number one, the Blue Jays. I just think they have a well-rounded team. Got rid of a guy who could barely play games for them.
You could say it. You're a Blue Jay stan.
No, but like,
You can't say no.
well,
Just own
yeah,
it. Just own it. Own it. No
well,
one's
yeah,
gonna judge you. Own it.
but you like even at like outside of fans'
Wait till
perspective.
you hear-
Oh,
My man froze.
I know he's back.
Go ahead, Pat.
No, but Pat, hello.
Hmm?
You were
You
saying
froze for
something?
a second.
Yeah, I guess I froze again.
Got him.
I froze.
All right, Boach.
No, but even outside of like me being a fan of the Blue Jays, you look at them and you're like, oh, they're really good. They have Vlad, they have Biggio, Bichette, Chapman, Teoscar Hernandez, George Springer, uh, Lourdes
Matt
Gurriel,
Chapman.
yeah, Chapman a third. You have Kirk Jansen. You have the prospects that could potentially come up. And then your
You got a
rotation,
280 to 300 hitter slotting in at DH this year.
yeah, solid
I can-
hitter.
I can read you the Yankees lineup for reading lineups now.
But if yeah, the Blue Jays lineup is much better than the Yankees lineup.
I can read you the lineup for like one of like the Hall of Fame teams on like the show if we're reading lineups.
That is true. But also their pitching is better too. Their 1 to 5 is more filled with depth and just overall higher end talent besides Garrett Cole.
Okay. Well, I mean the
And
Yankees
then
are
their
fourth in
bullpen.
yours, so I don't.
The only
think that's
thing
the
that might
argument.
the only thing that might bring the Blue Jays down is their bullpen.
Yeah. All right, Pat, you want to go or should I go? You want to end it off with them or?
I can go now.
Okay.
Get these takes out of the way. Baltimore 5. It's Baltimore. I got Boston 4. I don't think the starting, but I just don't think the pitching is good enough. I'm gonna believe bullpen like relievers and starting pitching, because that division is going to be very very stacked, and there'll be a lot of good offenses.
Yeah, I like their top three. I like Sale, Evaldi, and Haup as the third personally.
They have
If
Walker
Haup-
too.
That doesn't move me. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in. But I definitely agree.
Yeah. Then I have the Rays at 3. A little bit of a bias, and also a little bit of I just feel like the other. I don't know how to word this. It's not like teams in the division have like figured out the Rays way of like they know what they're gonna get from facing the Rays, and like I think the offenses will be better. The teams will be better against the Rays won't be as successful in the division this year.
Counter argument: Wander Franco
Played last year.
and they won the division.
I mean, it's a fair point, and like, I just think like again,
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
any of those, any of the 3 teams, like I'm going to pick the Yankees in this division because biased, but Blue Jays 2, Yankees 1, and I really have no justification for putting the Yankees over Toronto besides being a Yankee fan, because like Boach said, that team was just a well stacked lineup. But I think the Yankees lineup is not that much worse than the Blue Jays lineup, but then they just blow them away pitching. But the Yankees have the bullpen. But I think the starting rotation is gonna be what like helps Toronto in the long run.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Yankees do have Isaiah Carter Falafel, the falafel machine. So,
Best
This is true.
defender.
We don't have a
for-
we don't
my
have a
former-
catcher.
You do have a catcher. You have Isaiah Carter Falafel.
No,
yeah.
Ben Robert.
If we can start him a catcher, then yeah, we're set.
All right, I will go now. At 5, I got the Orioles. I know, shocker. Give them 12 years and they'll be 5th. At 4, I got the Red Sox. Outside of those, I mean, I really think they only have 2 pitchers right now. I'm like optimistic on Haup because I like him and I have him, but I'm not like super like he's going to be the best player in the league. Or like he's got to be good. I just hope he's good. I think I like him. 3, I got the Yankees. They deal with injuries like all the time, and I don't love their pitching. But I still think they got a chance to make the playoffs.
I'm very
two-
excited. Sorry, I'm with the Yankees. I'm very excited for Josh Donaldson on the Yankees.
Yeah,
And
that I like.
that, and I also like Aaron Hicks coming back and being healthy this year because he was a big player for us the last couple of years before his injury.
Yeah, I don't like Aaron Hicks very much, but that's just a personal thing. Tampa Bay at 2. I think their pitching is a little bit better than people are acknowledging. Like I know he said, oh, like they just get a bunch of young guys, but like Corey Kluber's a good pitcher. Shane
Corey
McClanahan
Kluber was a good pitcher.
Shane McClanahan, I think is going to be good. Shane Baz, when he comes out healthy, I think is going to be good. I think that Luis Patino has really, really good stuff, and I think you might see a little step forward from him. And then I think Drew Rasmussen, I think Ryan Yarbrough, I think Josh Fleming. I think there's so many guys that can start like as like a 6 or 7. Like there's just I don't know. I feel like they have found a way somehow, top to bottom as an organization, to run better than almost every other team. I just imagine if they spent the Mets money, they would be better than the Dodgers. Obviously that's a whole thing, but I like that they spent some for Wander, got him locked in for a long time. I really like him. I like their team. I don't know if they're going to be that close to the Blue Jays, but I think they're going to edge out the Yankees. But that's going to be closer for like a wild card type of run between the two of those teams. And one, I got the Blue Jays. I mean, like you guys kind of summed it up at the start. Like there are very few holes in this team. I mean, the bullpen isn't great, but it's not like awful. It's kind of just average.
It's not bad.
What?
Besides for Romano and like maybe Pearson being up there, there's not much. Julian Merriweather, Simber, Baraki. It's just a lot of mid.
I think it's average. That's what I was saying. Average to a little bit below average, but I think their starting rotation's really good. And I think Nate Pearson hopefully takes a step forward this year and is something. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. And yeah, just in terms of the lineup, I mean, if Biggio is probably your weakest spot, or maybe your catcher, Danny Jansen, but outside of that, it's like almost all-star level caliber everywhere else. And even some places MVP level. So yeah, they're one for me. Yeah. Do we want to? I say we save the playoff stuff for another video.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a quick Cy Young MVP Rookie of the Year thing, or we want to just call
Do very quick.
I was going to say save it for the same video as playoffs.
Ooh,
it? Well,
okay.
I just meant like playoffs would be like, I don't know about before the season, but I guess maybe. World Series pick, your winner. Go, Butch.
Oh God.
Just say a team. Don't go into existential
Vibes?
crisis.
Like whoever's gonna win,
Yeah.
Blue Jays.
World Series pick. I think that the Pirates are not going to win the World Series.
No, don't you mean like what 2 teams?
The worst part is you even said World Series winner.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue
Go, Pat.
Jays.
I'll go Yankees.
I'll go Padres.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll be back.
Does this just
again.
confirm that Boch is not the Mets are not his primary team?